let's work on these two problems. So the measure of one of two complementary angles is 3 greater than twice the measure of the other. Find the measure of each angle. At first glance, this can be a very overwhelming problem. Okay, there's a lot of words going on that we have to translate into a mathematical equation. So we're going to break it up bit by bit. The measure of one of two complementary angles. All right, so angle 1, I'm going to call just x. And since I'm dealing with complementary, I know angle 2 is going to be 90 minus x. Okay, so the measure of one of two complementary angles is. So one of these complementary angles is going to be x. I'm going to get a different color for each of these parts. Is another way to say equals. So one of the angles is equal to 3 greater than twice the measure of the other. Okay, now this is where we really got to break it down. 3 greater, we could also say 3 more. So we're going to be adding 3. And then we're taking twice the measure of the other. Twice is 2 times something. The measure of the other angle, well, if the first angle is x and the second angle is its complement, the other one is going to be 90 minus x. All right, so now let's put this all together into one equation. The measure of one of two complementary angles, so x is 3 greater than 2 times the measure of the other. So 3 plus 2 times 90 minus x. Okay, so we're going to take twice the measure of the other complement, and then it's 3 greater than it, so I have to add 3. Okay, that is how we translate the words into an equation. It's definitely super tricky. Okay, so look at the equation now that it's written and understand how we wrote that given the English words from the sentence. Okay, from here we need to solve it. So I'm going to distribute. So I got x equals 180 minus 2x plus 3. I'm going to combine like terms on the right-hand side. I'm going to move the 2x over so that the variables are on one side and your numbers are on the other. So we get 3x equals 183. If I divide both sides by 3, I'm going to get x equals 61. And remember what x represents. X represents this first angle right here. So the measure of angle 1 is 61 degrees. The measure of angle 2 is going to be 90 minus 61. Okay, so the second angle is going to be 29 degrees. So that is how we find the measure of each angle given that sentence. We got to translate it into a mathematical equation, and then from there we go back to algebra and we solve it. Okay? Let's try another one. The measure of the supplement of an angle. Okay, so the measure of the supplement of an angle, well, actually, before I break it down, let's read the whole thing. The measure of the supplement of an angle is 60 less than 3 times the measure of the complement of that angle. All right, so we got some angle x. The measure of the supplement of that angle is going to be 180 minus x. That's how we find the supplement of an angle. We see is, so that's going to be our equals. 60 less, so we're subtracting 60 eventually. 60 less than 3 times, a different color, what I haven't used yet. 3 times something. We're taking 3 times what? We're taking 3 times the measure of the complement. And remember, to find the measure of the complement, we're going to take 90 minus x. So let's put this all together now into an equation. So we've got the supplement of an angle, 180 minus x, is 60 less, so I'm going to be taking away 60 from something, 60 less than 3 times the measure of the complement. Okay, so I'm taking this 60 away from 3 times the measure of the complement. So we've set up our equation now. Now we got to solve it. So distribute the 3. So I'll get 180 minus x equals 270 minus 3x minus 60. Combine like terms. Get my variables on one side, my numbers on the other. Divide both sides by 2. I'll get x to be 15. Okay? Now, what does that 15 represent? 15 is some angle. All right? We are trying to find the measure of the supplement. So, to find the measure of the supplement, we got to take 180 minus x. So 180 minus 15, and we're going to get 165 degrees. Okay? These problems, A and B, require a lot of practice. You have to be able to read the English words, translate those into some algebraic equation. All right? There's definitely going to be practice problems like that on your worksheet. You definitely want to hit those up and make sure you understand them. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, in the next video, we will wrap up this section.